Wet food may seem like a simple treat for your cat, but what many owners don't realize is that feeding wet food every day can actually change a lot more than they think. Your cat's hydration, energy, digestion, weight, and even long-term health can all be affected by what's inside that bowl. So, is wet food really good for cats, or can it become a problem over time? Here's what wet food really does to your cat. The first thing wet food changes is hydration. Cats naturally have a low thirst drive. In the wild, they get most of their water from their prey. That means many cats don't drink enough water on their own, and this is one reason why wet food can be very beneficial. Because wet food contains a high amount of moisture, it helps your cat stay hydrated more easily. This can support kidney health, urinary health, and overall body function. For some cats, especially older ones, this can make a huge difference. Another thing wet food affects is digestion. Many cats digest wet food more easily than dry kibble. Why? Because wet food is usually softer, richer in moisture, and closer to the texture of natural prey. Some owners notice that their cats experience less constipation, better stool quality, or fewer digestive issues after switching to wet food. But there's something else many people don't expect. Wet food can also affect your cat's weight. Some wet foods are lower in carbohydrates than dry food, and because they contain more water, cats may feel full faster. For overweight cats, this can sometimes help with weight management, but not always, because some wet foods are also very high in calories, and if portions are too large, your cat can still gain weight quickly. This is why the quality of the food matters so much. Not all wet foods are equally healthy. Another important change involves your cat's energy and behavior. Cats often become more excited around wet food because of the strong smell and texture. For some picky cats, wet food increases appetite significantly, and cats that were eating poorly may suddenly become much more interested in meals. But there can also be downsides. One common issue is dental health. Dry kibble creates a small amount of friction on the teeth when cats chew. Wet food does not provide the same effect, so if a cat eats only wet food without proper dental care, plaque and tartar may build up more easily over time. This is why some veterinarians recommend combining good dental care, regular checkups, and sometimes a mix of wet and dry food. Another thing owners notice is that cats can become very attached to wet food. Some cats begin refusing dry food completely after getting used to daily wet meals. And because wet food smells stronger, it often becomes their preferred option. Finally, one of the biggest benefits of wet food is that it can help cats who are aging, sick, or recovering from health problems. Older cats often have reduced appetite, dental pain, or difficulty chewing hard food, and wet food can make eating much easier and more comfortable for them. What's important to understand is that wet food itself is not automatically good or bad. What matters most is the quality of the ingredients, the balance of the diet, your cat's age, health, and individual needs, because every cat is different, and sometimes small changes in nutrition can have a huge impact on your cat's health and behavior. So tell me in the comments, does your cat eat wet food every day? And if you enjoy learning more about cat behavior, health, and nutrition, make sure to subscribe for more videos.